this is Sandra here, and if you've seen this outfit today, it's because I'm filming 2 videos and I can't be bothered to get out of my, you know, my really comfortable onesie, so excuse that. If you see bits of glitter on my face, that's from a previous look as well. But the Super Bowl was, what, 2-3 days ago, and 3 days ago, I think, 2. Anyway, really recently, and I'm not really into the NFL and all that kind of sporty stuff, but I watched the halftime show and oh my god, the girl power was just too strong. And I love Shakira. My first ever like childhood CD was Shakira's, and well, J.Lo, she's always flawless, and I really liked her makeup. It's a typical really bronzy, smoky eye kind of look, and I just want to recreate that today, so we're gonna go with that. Now, I've seen an article somewhere where Scott Barnes said that they prepped for 10 hours and from morning till evening between rehearsals and all that till the end of the day show, it took them 10 hours to get ready. Well, I don't have that long. But I want to recreate something quite J.Lo-esque, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, because it's a smoky eye, we're gonna definitely start with the eyes, and to prep them, I'm gonna use my paint, not Painterly, Groundwork Paint Pot by MAC. I don't have Painterly anymore. And I'm just gonna blend this all over the lid. It's gonna give a perfect base for a nice smoky eye. Now, it's not gonna be an exact replica. I thought about trying to go exact, but because obviously she was dancing and jumping all over the stage, I couldn't really get like a proper picture of just the makeup, so I'm just gonna go for something that's gonna be similar. And I already put, there we go, I already managed to put a groundwork down my nose. Great job, Sandra, well done. Now, I don't want to go too dark, just smoky, if it makes sense. So we're gonna use mostly the Fenty Moroccan Spice palette. If you're bored of this palette, I'm really sorry, but you know, I got it for Christmas and I really love using it. As you can see, there's more and more use and love showing on it, and I just love this palette. So as a first step, should we do crease or the lid? I might start with the lid today. For some reason, I don't know, I want to start with my lid, and then I might regret it later because usually I start with my crease, but why not? I'm gonna use the shade Desert Baked to start with, which is this goldy brownie shade down there, and I'm just gonna take a flat brush. Actually, I might take a bigger one like this, and I'm just gonna apply it all over my lid and just press it on. Oh, it's such a beautiful shadow. To blend the edges out, I'm gonna go in with the mixture of these 2 shades. So I think this one is called Spice Trip and this one is called Hennessy. So I'm gonna take both of those, just because this one I feel like is not deep enough, and also, yeah, I want to mix it with a brown, so it's a warm dark brown at the end of the day. That's what I want. And for that, I'm gonna just use the Real Techniques Defining Crease Brush, and that's what I'm gonna do. Just apply it in my crease and then in the outer corner of my eye as well, just there, and blend it together with that shade. And to blend that out and diffuse it, I'm gonna take a fluffier brush, which is the Black Canvas Cosmetics E42, and I'm gonna take this shade, which is called Come and Get It, like as in the spice. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's the shade I'm going with, which is just a lighter warm brown tone. And just really smoke this out and diffuse the darker shade. like so. And obviously later I'm gonna go under the eye as well, but not at the moment. And for the inner corner, I might just go in after I've done my base. So I'm just gonna do the same on the other side and then I will be back. I'm really tempted to use a dark brown or like a forest green as a liner, but no, I have to behave. So I'm just gonna use a black liner because even though it's an inspired look, I want to keep fairly close. So I'm gonna use the number 7 Stay Perfect Amazing Eyes gel. Well, it's a pencil, but it's like a gel. And I want to just smoke it out, so I'm gonna draw a line and then blend it with a flat brush. This one is from Eco Tools, but it has no numbers or, oh no, it does have a name, flat eyeliner. Well, perfect, that's all we want. So I'm gonna just draw a really fine line. Like so, and I'm gonna take my brush and blend it in and smoke it away. Hopefully it will do that for me. Okay, it's mostly done it, but I want to smoke it out a little bit more. So I'm gonna take the same brush, I just wiped it off, and I'm gonna dip it back in this dark brown shade that we used before, and I'm gonna use that to smoke it a bit more on top of that. I could use a black shadow, but I don't really want to, if I'm honest. You can if you want. There was a little bit of fallout, but it just easily wiped away with a powder brush. So now we're going to move on to complexion before I do anything else. I'm going to use my Becca First Light Priming Filter just because I'm going to go in with the full coverage, bit more drying foundation, which I don't really do often. And this is a really nice hydrating primer. And just massage it in. And I still have a tester, but I'm fully intending on buying this. The Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation, and mine is in the shade Warm Olive, which I think is a tiniest bit dark, but I'm just going to blend it down the neck and be fine with it. I'm going to just dot this all around. I don't usually use full coverage foundations. This one is a bit of a drier formula as well. But for this look, we're gonna go with it. Who knows, it might make us look like J.Lo, you never know. You know, some miracles do happen. Who knows? Also, it's only around 3 o'clock. It's literally just a few minutes past 3, but it's already getting dark. So let's try to finish this before all the light goes away. I think I will definitely need a hydrating setting spray on top of this. Yellower than I am, but I think once we have everything on, I know I look really ridiculous right now, but once our whole face is completed, it will be fine. It's just a bit crazy looking right now. I look like a ghost in the camera with really dark eyes. Great. Just the look I'm looking for. Yeah, I feel like it's a bit more yellow. In real life though, it's not really noticeable. It's a bit more stark on camera, I think. But doing so, it's not too bad. But anyway, I will stop rambling. And we're gonna do concealer. And we're gonna go in with the Complexion Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Fair. And I'm gonna apply it like so. I mean, I would say I bring it down there to highlight, but it's just about the same color as the foundation, so, you know, not necessarily. And I'm gonna blend it in with the same brush. It blends it in beautifully and really quickly as well. Just sort of presses it into the skin. Now, I don't necessarily bake, and I don't have any powder that's great with baking, so I'm gonna just take this mattifying powder from Essence, load up my brush, and just really press it into the skin under my eye. I'm sure you would never catch Scott Barnes dead using an Essence powder on J.Lo, but I'm no J.Lo, so we're fine. Whew. A lot of powder. Bit on my nose. And I think that's enough because this foundation will dry down, so we're good. Or we'll see, but we're good for now. And let's put on some contour so I don't resemble Casper the Friendly Ghost anymore. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand in the shade Fair to Medium. And I'm just gonna give myself some cheekbones first with this. And I'm gonna take my foundation brush. And then I'm gonna just bring it down here so it looks like my jawline is way more defined than it is. This is a lovely product. So like so, on both sides. Maybe a little bit that's left. I'm not pressing any extra product out. Just putting a little bit there on the two sides, which is a bit wonky, but I think once we blend out it will be fine. I'm gonna use the same brush as we used for the foundation and press this into my skin. J.Lo has always really nice and defined and the bronzy cheekbones. Obviously I will never look the same as she does. She has Puerto Rican heritage to start with, if I'm right, so you know, we're doing what we can here. But my pastiness will never be quite J.Lo-y. Okay. And then for the sides of my nose, I'm going to swap to a smaller brush. And I'm just going to use the Real Techniques 200. I'm not sure if it has another name. If it does, I can't find it. It's just this brush. And just going to blend it and tap it in. Maybe dry down too much, so we might have to just deal with it for now. Go over it with a powder brush, blend it. Okay, now I'm gonna move in with a cream bronzer. I mean, I look a bit better already, but we could use more. And again, this is a Charlotte Tilbury product. It's the Beach Stick in the shade Ibiza, but I need to take a spatula and, as I was saying, Of course it flies out of my hand. As I was saying, I'm going to take a spatula and carve some out of there, as mine is so gone that I'm literally scraping out the last bits of it so I can use this, because it's amazing. So I have a little bit on the back of my hand. I warm it usually up with my finger and just paint it on. And then I'm gonna blend it out with the same brush, because who needs 500 brushes when you can use the same? Again, the remainder I'm just gonna use there. And this will just give me again more color, but this will warm up my complexion a bit to start with, rather than carve out like the what's it called the, oh my god, the contour. This is a lot warmer of a shade. And finally I look a bit more alive. I'm gonna use tiniest bit on my forehead of this as well. Now, just to make this bit a bit more defined, I'm gonna go back in with the NARS brush and the Essence powder and just make this a bit sharper. So you can sort of see the difference between that side and that side. Well, I can. Yeah, this would be probably easier with baking, but this foundation is already quite dry. 1, 2, as I mentioned, I don't really have any powder at the moment that I can bake with, so what kind of YouTuber am I? Oh, so dramatic. Clearly. Okie doke. I will see shadows on camera in the viewfinder, but I don't see in real life. Interesting. Now, first to set my brows, I'm gonna use the Lash High Definition Eyebrow Gel in the shade Soft Brown. And I'm just gonna make sure that these stay in place. Okay, while that dries and stays in place, I'm gonna go into bronzer, and I'm gonna use the Sunlit Bronzer from Physicians Formula. And what brush would be the best? I might just stick to this Real Techniques brush and slowly build this up. I don't know why it seems like it's coming down so far on camera when in real life it doesn't. And then I'm gonna put a bit down here just to warm it all up, and a bit down my neck so I don't look that pasty. Maybe a bit on the back of my ear, although my hair will be down, but till you see it, it helps a bit. Now I'm gonna go in my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I'm just gonna still use the same brush, and I'm gonna apply a light dusting of the highlighter. Nothing overly crazy. J.Lo doesn't seem like her highlighter is that crazy. It's more her bronzer that's quite packed on. And don't know when was the last time I was this bronzy. Obviously I just used a cream contour, a cream bronzer and the powder bronzer. And I'm gonna use the smallest bit on my nose. Then also gonna take my finger and use it on my brow bone. To fill in my brows, I'm gonna use the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. Okay, this is tiny, but it's totally fine. I'm just using a teeny tiny angled brush. And let's see, if I have to revive this, I might just be fine. Let me just speed you through this. Okay, that took way longer than it should have. Way longer. Now we're gonna move on to the lower lash line, or the inner corner. Lower lash line first. So again, grabbing the trusty Fenty palette, I'm gonna blend out this warm brown shade on the lower lash line. I'm just gonna take a little brush. And then I'm gonna go in with the brush that we used on the top lash line to blend that color. I'm not adding any additional color on it. I'm just gonna run it under my lower lash line. Actually, maybe I will add a little bit of color. So I feel like J.Lo's eye look was brought in quite far down. That's better. I'm gonna repeat the same on the other side. Now I'm just gonna use the same black eyeliner that we smudged on the top from number 7. I'm gonna tight line both on the top and the bottom. And then I'm gonna take the small brush again with an additional tiny bit of brown shade and just smudge that black. Okie doke. It's such a good black eyeliner. Oh, but my eyes are so sensitive. And then as a last step from this palette, we're gonna go into that shade, which is called Mirage. And I'm gonna just use my pinky finger and add it in the inner corner. Such a beautiful shade. I love that shade all over the lid as well. Okay, that's the eyes done. I'm gonna apply a generous coating of mascara from my, you guessed it, the Essence Lash Princess. And then we're back. Actually, before the mascara, I'm gonna apply a nice coating of a hydrating setting spray. I'm gonna use the Becca Glow Shield and apply loads. Oh, I feel like my skin really needed that. Now this is where a lot of people would apply lashes, but I have quite a lot of lashes and I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not gonna do that. And when it comes to lips, I'm gonna use this liner, which is the Urban Decay 24x7 Glide On Lip Pencil in 1993. Originally, I wanted to use my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, but I managed to leave that at work, I think. So we're gonna go with this. You know, the typical J.Lo, slightly darker liner, nude lip combination. And then for lipstick, I don't know if this will be light enough, but we'll see. We're gonna go in with the Clinique Nude Pop lipstick. If it's not light enough, I can take another one and lighten it up. Yeah, I think this is too pink. Let me grab just a slightly lighter one, or like a different tone. Let me see what I can find. Let's try this one. If it's not good enough, we can mix in a concealer. But this is a lipstick from Topshop in a really old packaging, so it's a really old lipstick. And this is in the shade Nevada, which is a really, really light color. I think I have a bit of dark on it because I usually just use to lighten this. I use this to lighten up other colors. So let me do that now. Yep. That's more like it. Done. Let me do my hair and then we can see if I look like J.Lo yet. Especially my onesie, I'm sure. There we go. Do I look like J.Lo? No? I tried. There we go. That's the finished look. And I just wanted to do this because one, I thought it's gonna be nice and fun. Two, I loved the Super Bowl. It was so good. Both J.Lo and Shakira are people whose music and even movies for, you know, J.Lo. I grew up on their movies. I'm a 90s baby. You know, just imagine like little like 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, little old me just shaking to, you know, whenever, wherever and all that, and not knowing what the lyrics are about at all. And I got it from my godmother, who I'm pretty sure would have not gotten that CD for me if she understands what they sing about, but that's okay. Also at the Super Bowl, I loved their show. The harmony that they had when they were singing together was great. Also, can we talk about the moment when J.Lo was singing with her daughter? So cute. If you haven't seen that video by any chance, I'm gonna leave the official video in the down bar box below. Not like they need any more views or they're gonna get it from me, but it's more because everyone should watch that show. It was so good. I loved it. And yeah, the visuals, everything was just great and I really loved it. It gave me goosebumps and I was crying happy tears. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm an emotional mess lately. The older I get, the worse it gets. I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know. My hair doesn't look how I want it to look either. That's a bit better. I still don't look like J.Lo though, but that's okay. Do you have anything else to say or to add? No, because otherwise I'm just going to talk about how amazing they look. Like, both of them are in there. I think Shakira is 40 something, J.Lo is 50, and they both look like they're in their 20s. I swear they haven't changed anything in the past 20 years. I want to know their secret. I don't know how they do it, but without our blabber on for too long, I'm gonna go. I hope you had a good day so far, and if you enjoyed this look, please let me know down below and give this video a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel. That would mean so much to me. But for now, I'm gonna go. I hope you had a good day. I said it already. I'm gonna go. Bye bye.